Welcome to True Blue Politics Daily. This is June 15th, right? June
Yes.
15th. And
Look at you.
I know, I'm so proud of myself. My name is Anita, and I'm here with Karen from Chicago, who
Yeah.
everybody knows and loves. And we're going to,
Everybody? I don't know.
yes,
I think you're
everybody,
overstating it.
everybody that knows you does.
Mm,
So for sure.
hmm
Anyway, we're going to be talking about what today, Karen?
Well, Anita, breaking news. Birthday boy got his wish, and he has what he's calling a Iran peace deal, or what was it, a
No, it's
memorial?
called the
It's the
Memorandum
U.S.
of
Memorandum of
Understanding.
Understanding.
It's called the
Oh,
MO. They're
the
calling it
Mo,
the MO.
the Mo, the
Yeah,
Mo,
it's a memorandum of
MOU.
understanding. Basically, it's a ceasefire, okay? It's a 60-day ceasefire, so they can talk.
Yeah.
And yeah, and right now what's going on is that everybody from the administration is lying about what's in it. So we're going to try to get through some of this stuff and try to figure out what's going on.
Mm. You know who's not happy about it?
A lot of people aren't
Hmm
happy about it. Miss Lindsey Graham isn't happy about it.
Yeah. And the new from Zedio, this is from Mehdi Hassan. The
Hmm.
new Iran peace deal is a humiliation for Trump and Netanyahu.
Oh, Netanyahu's not happy. Oh my
Yeah.
God, he is so unhappy. They're trashing Donald Trump right now in Israel, which is funny because remember they were all cheering him. He was like a hero. They were naming everything after him, and now he's a zero.
Mm.
They're very upset.
Yeah. So Mehdi Hassan frames it like this: Trump appears to have finally cried uncle, and on his 80th birthday too.
Yeah, I know. He wanted it so bad. Let me just say this before you continue. He wanted it. He was so desperate to get this
hmm
that he just gave them everything. Basically,
hmm
he agreed to everything. The demands from the very beginning. So go
hmm
ahead.
Well, yeah, so apparently the deal, which is expected to be signed on Friday, is technically another temporary ceasefire, a 60-day pause during which the U.S. and Iran will negotiate over an end to Iran's nuclear program. Still, both the U.S. and Iran are casting the agreement as a path to permanently end the war.
Sure.
Uh, I mean,
Well,
haven't we been here though before? No? Am I?
I don't know if we've been this close, but Donald Trump was so desperate. Oh my
But
God, he
are
wanted
we?
this.
But are
I
we
I
this
think we are.
close?
Weren't they? Wait a minute. They did go. Wait a minute. They did have that little thing in Pakistan.
Yeah.
So I think we haven't been this close. But I mean, it seems like we're closer. I don't know. We're
Does
closer
it?
to capitulation.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is basically what it is. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what this is.
and it's far worse than and I hate even framing it that way
I hate
because
it
it's
that way
to say,
too.
right, it's to say that, the deal
Obama
that
got.
Obama had was, not good. And that is not true. So, just to do a little side by side, if I can find it now, um, you know, there's so many
Yeah.
great graphics
The
going around.
JCPOA
The
is the
JCPOA, yep.
yeah.
Um, this is from Michael Moore, by the way. But you understand more, right? You motherfuckers ripped up the JCPOA and karma got you the dumbest deal ever that pulls Iran on the unmistakable path to regional domination, uranium weaponization, and leverage over 20% of oil logistics.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to control the strait now. That's yeah. They I think they said for 30 days, but I'm not even sure about that. They may have continued to have control of it even during those 30. Well, they do have control of it, but they're going to start charging people
Mhm.
to get through
Yes.
the strait. This is lucrative
Yeah.
for
So,
Iran.
so what is it? It's like, is it there's like a grace period and then they're going to start charging a service fee,
Yeah,
which
which
that
a
wasn't in
toll.
existence before. right?
Mm-mm.
No. So
It's
under
never been.
there's all these great side by sides going around social media. Under Obama's Iran deal, there were zero American soldiers killed, zero Iranian civilians killed, zero U.S. bases destroyed, zero U.S. aircraft and ships damaged, zero spent on war. Uranium enrichment never exceeded 3.67%. After Trump backed out of the deal, Iran enrichment rose to 60%, at least 13, at least. And see, this is the thing.
I
That
know
was,
there's
yeah,
more.
there's
Yeah.
more than that. So at
Mhm.
least 13 Americans killed, at least 1,000 Iranian civilians killed, 13 U.S. bases targeted.
What about the ones injured too? The Americans injured. There's hundreds that were injured. Yeah.
Yeah. So, over 30 U.S. aircraft lost or damaged, 7.8 trillion spent on war, and MAGA calls Obama's deal a disaster and Trump's ceasefire a victory.
Oh my God, I know. It's just honestly. Remember, I mean, they basically had a stroke over 1.8 billion, and
Mhm.
Donald Trump is already, first of all, there's 24 billion in unfrozen funds, Iranian funds that they're going to do. They're going to give them. They're going to
Mhm.
unfreeze or whatever. And they have to, I think they have to release 12 up front.
Mm.
And then the 300 billion, it could be up to 300 billion, depending on how much it costs for us to repair all the shit we broke
Oh
in
my
Iran.
God. Yeah, so
They're calling it an international investment fund.
uh,
Okay, that's what they're calling it. But
oh my
basically
God.
it's reparations.
It's
So
oh
yeah, I
my
know it's
God.
just unbelievable. These people, they are
And
just
can we, this that word investment, you know, They
I know
don't seem they seem to have a big problem when all Democrats want to do is invest in
our
people,
future
our
in
future in
education,
education,
yeah,
invest in, yeah.
in our
They
infrastructure,
always have
invest
a
in Social
problem.
Security.
Yeah. Yeah, they always have a problem with that, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to invest in Iran.
It also makes me it's just sketchy with these guys because is Jared going to be involved in these investments?
Right.
You know what I mean? Are we going to
Yes.
be building Trump towers? I mean, what golf courses?
Mhm.
Because I've heard that's what he wants to do.
Mhm.
That's it. Also, they may be looking at it as some sort of financial windfall for them if they, get all these countries and the United States of America to pony up
Right.
investments.
Of course. It's like yeah, it's like ransom money.
Mm, I know
Um,
it's unbelievable.
it's crazy. So Donald J. Trump,
Oh, let me
from
just say something else
yes,
real
go
quick,
ahead.
and you can
Mhm.
read that. Also, our reputation globally has been completely destroyed. In the JCPOA, it was the U.S., Iran, the UK, France, Germany, Russia, and China that signed on, and the EU as a
Mhm.
whole
Mhm.
signed on to the JCPOA.
Yes.
This thing is just, I guess, the US and Iran, and it's not even a deal, it's a memorandum of understanding.
I'm a memorandum of
Basically, with a
understanding.
ceasefire, okay? That's all this is. So
Oh
go
my
ahead,
God. Okay.
finish
No.
up.
Oh, yeah. So our, idiot leader, the deal with the Islamic Republic of Iran. Should I do it in his voice? The deal
Well,
with
just
the Islamic
no, I
Republic of
hate his voice.
Iran is now complete. Congratulations to all. I hereby fully authorize the toll-free opening of the Strait of Hormuz until they do start charging
Yeah, and
services.
then like 40, like a couple hours later, he had to correct himself and say, "Oh no, it's not till Friday."
Yeah, right. And
So
simultaneously herewith authorize the immediate removal of the United States naval blockade. Ships of the world, start your engines. Let the oil flow. President Donald J. Trump.
let me.
Yeah,
What was that?
I don't know. I don't
Was
know
that
why.
not recording us?
It was recording us.
Oh, well, maybe it's just saying it. It's reminding us. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, the blockade wasn't supposed to be lifted immediately, but that was one of the things they were just because they were so desperate. And Donald Trump was on the phone, like, "Oh, please, we need a deal, please, please." I mean, he was so upset
Mm-hmm.
that Israel attacked Lebanon,
Yep.
and he was begging Tehran. He probably even paid them. He had paid them $3 billion before just to not retaliate, for Iran not to retaliate. So he was offering to pay them not to retaliate. He was so upset because he wanted this deal and he wanted it that day. He wanted it on his birthday, and he was willing to give them basically anything or tell them anything. That's the
Hmm.
problem, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That's what's going to get him in trouble because he's done this before with Iran, and
Hmm.
Iran is not playing.
No, no, they are not. They are not playing. And they, look, they know that they are, they've been holding all of the cards this entire time.
That's right.
They know
That's
it.
right.
That's
They
why.
know it. They have
Hmm.
extra. They have all this leverage because Donald Trump is over a barrel. Look what it's destroying our economy. We can't
Yeah.
withstand this.
Yep.
And so they have us over a barrel, and they don't even need a nuclear weapon because their nuclear weapon is the Strait of Hormuz now.
Right. Exactly. And
Yeah,
and I think too the thing that this whole situation is exposed is that they don't even, warfare is different now. I mean, it's,
yeah.
they're using drones effectively. You know,
Yeah, they're using cheap drones, and
mm-hmm.
what it does is an asymmetrical warfare now, and it's making us look foolish because we're
Right.
spending all this money on these giant ships and these fancy planes and all this other stuff
Right.
when these guys are spending a few $1,000s on a drone that can take one out, take out an
Right.
F-15, F-16, F-35,
Mm-hmm.
and with one $7,000 drone.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely changed the face of warfare. And so, and the funny thing is that Vladimir Zelensky had offered to, this was months and months ago
Mm-hmm.
before any of this started, had offered to help the United States kind of start, modernizing their warfare with drones.
Isn't that something?
And yeah, and Trump said, we don't need your help.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need your help. We have all the cards.
Right. The hubris.
I know that's what's going to get him.
Mm-hmm.
That is what's got him
Yep.
because he ended up having to cave to Iran, a fourth-rate military power, the
Right.
most powerful nation in the world, just
Mm-hmm.
got its ass kicked by a fourth-rate military power with a GDP of maybe a trillion.
And that's if this is all to be believed and if it's going to actually go through. And, and
Well,
again,
either way,
to
we
your
got our ass
point,
kicked.
yeah, well, yeah, either way. But, but yeah, and to your point, it's a ceasefire. So it's not even over, right? We're,
No,
you know,
we don't know because the thing is, and I have a bad feeling that because they're both sides are saying something like diametrically opposite, right?
hmm
And the U.S. won't doesn't want to admit that they're doing all these things, they're paying all this money,
hmm
and Iran is just being straightforward and saying, here's what we have, this is what we have, and this is what, I mean, this is what our demands are, and this is what they have said they're going to do.
hmm
And that what's going to happen, Iran's hearing that stuff. They're hearing JD Vance and Pete Hegseth and all these people come up there and say, "Oh no, we're not going to pay them anything. That's fake news or whatever."
mm,
So I don't know what's going to happen in the end because the last time, if you remember correctly, Donald Trump said, what was the 14-point plan or 10-point plan or something like that Iran
10
has?
point plan. Yeah.
10-point plan. And Donald Trump said we were going to use that as kind of like a foundation of our
hmm
talks, right?
hmm hmm
And then when all this bad press started happening, when the media got wind of it, he backed off and said, "Oh no, no, I don't agree to any of that." So is that going to happen again?
Right. Right.
That's
Yeah.
what I think. You
Yeah.
know, he
Yeah.
won't be able to withstand the bad press. His ego won't be able to stand it.
hmm It's not like this is going to result on Friday in like a permanent peace deal that's going to be signed and,
Well, that's why, you know what? Think about it. He's not going to Geneva to sign it.
no
Who's he sending?
Vance. He's
He's
sending
sending
Vance.
JD Vance because he's going to leave JD Vance holding the bag.
Yep.
That's why you got Lindsey Graham over there already saying, "Oh, JD Vance is the one who did this deal." Him and
Yeah.
Jared and Witkoff.
Right. So this is from the Hormuz letter. This is, so it kind of just goes over, gives an overview here. Breaking Iran says the U.S. has agreed to permanently hand over the Strait of Hormuz to Iran under their full sovereign authority, with Iran collecting tolls called service fees from all commercial ships after a 60-day waiver period. The opening is planned for Friday after the signing per FARS. With
Their
pre-war,
news.
that's the news. Okay.
Yeah.
With pre-war Hormuz traffic at 30,000 vessels and 7.6 billion barrels of oil per year, this could generate 10 plus billion in annual revenue for Iran and comes on top of the 300 billion in reconstruction funds directly sent to Iran. This also directly contradicts Trump's claim of a toll-free opening of the Strait of Hormuz under no fees.
Yeah, he keeps saying that. And the thing about it is, as long as Iran has control of the strait,
Mm-hmm.
they can hold the world hostage. They can do
Mm-hmm.
this again. They can do this
Mm-hmm.
whenever they want.
Yeah. They know. They know they
They
know
know
that
it.
they've got they have
They've
the
got the
upper
nuclear
hand.
weapon
Yep. Sure do.
that doesn't, blow up the world.
Mm-hmm. So, our head of the Department of Defense, Pete Kegsbreath, went on
That guy.
Face the Nation. Yeah, that guy.
Oh, this
He
is
went on
hilarious.
Face the Nation and
Made a fool of
to
himself.
yeah, well, yeah. What else?
We got.
So I'm gonna play this for us. Okay,
Okay,
hold
go
on.
ahead.
The document says Iran will never have a nuclear weapon, won't seek one, won't buy one, won't have one.
JCPOA
in 60
said that
days,
too.
There'll be negotiations to make that final. But they didn't have the threat of military force the way that we do, that Iran respects in a very way that their regime is more devastated than it's ever been in its 47 years.
Okay.
And that's why they're at the table. So the huge difference is we did this from a position of strength. President Trump led with military might. That military might will stay as long as necessary. If the blockade comes off, then you pull back and you allow shipping to flow, just like Iran needs to allow shipping to go through the straits. But we can snap that blockade back at any point, and they can't do anything about it. And Iran knows that, and that's why we have the leverage in these talks, and we hope they'll go well. We really do.
Except that Iran can close the Strait of Hormuz anytime they want.
Anytime they want. And what happens? What is it going to do to the cost of everything? Fertilizer and oil and everything else. It's going to cost more. I mean,
With the toll, it's going to cost
yeah,
more.
it's gonna. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, but also from a position of strength, having to bomb them because you couldn't get a deal is not a position of strength. We spent billions and billions of dollars to try to get this deal, and we're going to pay billions more. That's strength. No, Iran had all the cards. That's how you know how much Iran won. Because listen to him. We did this out of strength. I mean, it's always the opposite with these guys, right?
Yeah.
Obama operated it. They didn't have the threat of military force behind them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Walk softly, but carry a big stick. Remember?
That's it. And again, when you do the side by side, it didn't cost us money. It didn't,
No,
I mean,
lives.
it didn't
cost
cost
any
us
lives.
lives. It didn't cost, I mean, and for them to try and frame this as some sort of a place coming from a place of strength,
It's
and this is
ridiculous.
why it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So Brian Krasenstein tweeted, breaking JD Vance confirms that Iran could get 300 billion as part of the Trump Iran deal. I like the Obama Iran deal much better. How about you? So this is on CBS Mornings.
Let's just say real quick, Obama and the JCPOA, he unfroze 1.8 billion. Remember that.
Right.
And Republicans had a fucking stroke over it.
And that was their money.
It was their money. He unfroze their assets that had been held since 1979.
Right, but the 300 billion that we're giving them of our money.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is reparations because,
this is
it's
ransom.
An investment.
This is ransom.
Yeah.
It's a fucking ransom. Right?
Yeah, well, he would. Yeah, basically, it is. He's giving them whatever. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
because
it's like
okay,
please let's just stop this now. Can we just stop this now, please?
I'll pay you
300 billion.
anything.
I'll give you 300 billion. Yeah, of our money, not his money.
He's gonna give him Ivanka.
Yeah, give me your children.
Melania, she'll probably be happy to leave.
Anyway, it would be best if I go over.
For peace.
for the peace.
For the peace.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna go ahead and play this video. This is on CBS Mornings with JD Couchfucker Vance.
Okay.
Walk through some of this. The Iranians are saying that they're going to have access to a $300 billion reconstruction fund. True or false?
Well, Ed, that's the sort of thing they could have access to, funded by the Gulf Coast Coalition, so long as they honor their end of the obligation. I think that one of the things you're going to see, Ed, and people have to be skeptical of this, is that the hardliners in the Iranian system will overemphasize the benefits that Iran gets while underemphasizing all the things that they have to concede and all the things they have to provide in order to get these benefits. So we absolutely are open to the Gulf Coast countries investing in the reconstruction of Iran, but only if Iran ends their nuclear program, ends their enriched stockpile of material, and is really open to an inspections and enforcement regime that gives the American people confidence they're never going to have a nuclear weapon. So I think the dance you're going to see, Ed, which is going to be interesting, is the Iranian media, especially the hardline media, they're going to talk a lot about what they get without talking about what they give. It's important for all of us to correct that record.
And what do they give, JD Couchfucker Vance?
Exactly.
What do they give?
What do they give?
They are not giving anything.
They're
They're
not
allowing
giving
you to open. They're reopening the strait that was open before you.
But they're going to
them.
control it, and they're going to require service fees, tolls. That did not happen. That was not happening before.
No. And I wonder when he talks about these Middle East investments, where does that come from? I mean, the Middle East, the Qatar is just going to, pass out billions to Iran. I don't think so. What is he talking about?
What are they talking about? Can I just say that every time I see a conservative, one of these motherfuckers go into the media and start talking and explaining things, and the way they hold their brow.
Very condescending and
very let me just explain.
Yeah, and it's all bullshit.
It's all fucking bullshit. I just want not literally.
I want to punch him in the face.
Not literally. I'm not, we're not going to go and start punching people, Anita, but
no.
In my mind, I just punch him in the face.
Me too. That's what I did. Yeah.
Right.
And he has a very punchable face.
Oh my God. So punchable.
So punchable.
So punchable. So of course, the quote unquote never Trump Republicans, or in this case, George Conway, the one Trump, voting Republican, right?
George Conway?
Yeah, George Conway.
He's running as a Democrat.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, but he was happy when Trump was elected the first time. So I just want to.
Oh yeah, not only that, but he helped bring in a lot of these Supreme Court justices that overturned Roe and gave Donald Trump immunity. So yeah, fuck him.
Well, that's the reminder. Okay, why does he keep doing that? I don't know.
I hope people can't hear that.
Yeah. By the way, everybody, there's a recording in progress.
Yeah, and it keeps reminding us.
Zoom is reminding us. We know Zoom. It better be recording. Otherwise, we're going to have to go back and do this all over again.
Oh, my God.
So George Conway tweets, America surrenders a war it started. This is off of open source intel. Iranian Mer News Agency has published the supposed 14 clauses of the
Memorandum of Understanding.
Thank you. 12 billion of Iran's frozen funds to be released before negotiations begin, with another 12 billion during the 60-day final negotiation window. Oil and petrochemical sanctions suspended. So they're
going to be able to make a lot of money.
Yep.
Of oil too. They're sitting pretty. They're going to be richer and more powerful than ever. Aren't you glad we attacked them?
Oh my God, I'm so glad. So glad. So after reading the details released, this is Rick Wilson now chiming in. Another guy that brought us all the
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah, he's the guy that brought us all the Supreme Court justices that fucked women and
Rick Wilson.
Rights.
Rick Wilson, he elected the Republicans that gave us the Supreme Court justice.
Yes. Thank you for clarifying that.
He was a very successful campaign strategist.
Yes. So Rick says, after reading the details released on the deal with Iran, let's give them Let's give them a battleship so we can sign our unconditional surrender. What a colossal foreign policy disaster.
Yeah, let's give them a battleship so they can sign the unconditional surrender.
Yeah.
We can sign it. So we can
Mhm.
sign it. Remember the unconditional surrender, and they're going to cry uncle.
Mhm.
Whatever happened to that?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, why doesn't somebody say that? Because let me
Right.
tell you, when Obama said a red line,
Mhm.
he was asked about it over and over and over. I thought you said there was a red line. Donald Trump says he wants unconditional surrender, and
Right.
nobody asked him about it.
Nobody. Oh God. Liberal media indeed.
I know.
Ambassador Mike Walls tweeted, the president has put our country first and negotiated a peace deal that will keep us safe and prevent Iran from ever getting a nuclear weapon. From the very beginning, at POTUS maximized our leverage, limited casualties, and brought credible military force to ensure the best something.
That's what he said. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is complete bullshit.
Bullshit. And so Adam Kinzinger, also former Republican, FYI, Iran is now rich and will control the strait while selling their oil on the open market. I was critical of Obama's deal, but this makes that look amazing in comparison because it was. Trump effed it all up, then got bored. But he's 80. He won't have to live with the consequences for long. We will.
Now he's coming at it as a Republican hawk, neocon. Kinzinger is
Right.
and Adam Kinzinger, who did not like the Iran nuclear. I always wonder about that because they were so quick to criticize it, but it was solely focused on keeping them from getting a nuclear weapon. It wasn't about anything else. And a lot of the criticism was, well, what about they're funding Hamas or whatever, and not what's the name of the terrorist group?
ISIS.
Hamas. Is it not ISIS?
Hezbollah.
Not Hezbollah. And doing all these other things. That's not what that was for.
No.
That was to try to gain some, first of all, to just control their nuclear capabilities, keeping them from getting a nuclear weapon, limit them to just having enough uranium for nuclear power, right? Because they have a right to that. And then establishing some trust with Iran and to build on that.
Right.
We were never going to achieve anything else until we did that. So these people, I swear to God, Republicans are so fucking stupid. They just do not see.
They're voters too.
Yeah, but they're even, the way they think.
Yep.
They just want to go in there and kick some ass, and that's going to stop them.
Right.
No, you have to. The way to do it, the cheapest way, in blood and treasure,
the most lasting way,
is sustainable way, is to form these kind of form some trust, and you can't just expect them. We can't just say, oh, we go in there and say we want you to do all of these things. We demand you do all of this.
And let's not forget that Donald Trump touted himself as a master negotiator.
Art of the deal.
I mean, so here, I just want to, I want to say it again, what Michael Moore said. You motherfuckers ripped up the JCPOA and karma got you the dumbest deal ever. That puts Iran on the unmistakable path to regional domination, uranium weaponization, and leverage over 20% of oil logistics. Okay?
You know who knows that? You know who knows that? Israel.
Yeah.
And no one else knows that? Saudi Arabia. And all those countries in the Middle East. And you know what? That's why they just they're dumping us.
Yeah.
They're dumping us, and they're turning to China for protection.
Yeah.
So this has hurt us in so many different ways.
Yeah.
But
oh boy. So this is something that you sent me. It was Fox News. After the Israelis struck Beirut, we were very worried, and we saw a lot of evidence that the Iranians were going to launch a large number of missiles at the Israelis. Vice President Vance told Fox News.
Oh, yeah. They were so afraid that Iran was going to retaliate. And this is when they tried to pay them off not to attack. And I should have included that because there were a lot of news reports about this.
Yeah.
That the Trump administration tried to pay them off because they were so desperate and so freaked out about this. But Iran, what they ended up doing is just giving in even more to what Iran's demands.
Yeah.
Which included like they were going to, remove the blockade, like within 30 days, but no, they did it immediately.
Yeah.
Because they wanted, that was their pay. That's how they paid for Iran not retaliating against Israel.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and I think that they even moved up the money that they were releasing to them, the 12 billion that they started with, because it was a full 24 billion, but 12 billion paid up front.
So again, under the JCPOA, it was 1.7 billion.
1.7.
Yes, on frozen assets. That was Iranian money, and Donald Trump in his deal, that is not actually really a deal yet. He's giving them 300 billion taxpayer dollars. Is that correct, Anita?
Well, they're saying it's international. They're trying to dress it up as it's coming from these Middle East countries. They're calling it an international investment fund, but what it basically is going to come from our pocketbooks.
Yes.
That's what's going to end up happening. And the 24 billion is the unfrozen funds that they're giving them, but the 300 billion is just reparations.
Right.
And I guarantee, and honestly, the Middle East has to rebuild itself. I mean, they are damaged too. Iran attacked a lot of these countries.
Yeah. Yep.
They're not going to be paying Iran anything.
Oh God.
Yeah. I know it's unbelievable that these people, I mean, anybody can defend this.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with helping Iran out, and because I think that's the best way to to form a kind of to keep Iran from getting even more radical.
Of course you don't have a problem with it because you're a libtard.
I know, but I am a libtard. That's right. So I don't have a problem with it.
A radical leftist libtard.
I am totally radical leftist. But what pisses me off, is that Obama had a great deal, and he was laying the foundation to do more with Iran.
We would have been even further along.
We would have been further along, but he tore that up. He released there goes 1.7 billion, and they just they freaked out over that.
Yes.
And here he is, and you're not, they're not saying anything. They're acting like this is the greatest deal in history.
And this is the thing. Why do we trust any of these Republicans? I mean, even the ones that now, okay, fine, you're coming out and you're calling this shit out. And that's all well and good. But you motherfuckers were part of the reason, that we didn't have the JCPOA, and they just gave Donald Trump a huge assist in justifying tearing it up.
That's right. Because all of that stuff, Donald Trump absorbed that by watching Fox News. And that's why he tore it up. I mean, it was a stupid decision. I remember, what's his name? His chief of staff, that Kelly guy, John Kelly. And he had his national security advisor, I forget his name, I had told him, no, don't do that. And he did it anyway in 2018.
Yeah.
And immediately after that, Iran started enriching uranium again.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's what pisses me off. Like, I don't mind releasing funds to Iran. I think, like I said, it keeps them from becoming even more radical, because I don't like countries to hate us either, because I think that's not good for our national security.
It's not safe. Yeah, it's not safe. It's not safe for Americans when we travel abroad or anything. Right.
That's right. But what pisses me off is that they went to war. We went to war to get this. And when we had something much better and much more stable and a lot less expensive, both monetarily and in blood, because a lot of people died.
Yes.
So, I mean, it just pisses me off that we went through all of this. And Americans paid a lot, too. We paid it at the pump. We paid it in our grocery bills.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not only is it, I mean, and it happens with every Republican administration that
I
flies
know.
us into war, right? It's like
Hmm.
it has these consequences, and it's like, no, you're not the ones going over to fight and potentially die or get maimed.
Your
You're
kids
in
aren't.
your kid, but our kids, our grandkids, are, and but even if you don't have that kind of a connection or investment in a conflict, in a war, that,
Hmm.
the fact that it has consequences and repercussions, and we're seeing it play out with the higher cost of everything.
That's
Farmers
right.
were expecting a food shortage because of the fertilizer shortages. And
I know.
which means basically we're going to have less food. Farmers can grow less food here. So, I mean, and I mean, we haven't even seen that all happening, but they're predicting that it is going to, be
Well, a lot of them
happening.
went bankrupt. They don't
Right.
even get they. You know what? They couldn't make it.
Right. Like the tariffs are crippled them, and then this just completely finished them off.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
A
Yep.
lot of them.
So, wow. So, yeah, we have, and this is just a developing story, really. It's not the end. It's just the beginning, I think. And
Oh,
what
we'll
did
be
you think?
revisiting it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. What did you think about the spectacle on the White House in the
Oh, I thought
mall?
it was a. I thought it was a perfect metaphor. But I also, I mean, it's like the gladiators. I was saying this earlier in Rome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they did to distract the people.
Hmm.
Was they would have these the gladiator fights in the Colosseum, and that's. I mean, how what could be more perfect than us doing a UFC fight on the White House lawn, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, it was just disgusting. And that guy saying, "Oh, Michelle Obama is a man," and they're like, "Yeah." I mean, it's they have no class.
He's the
It's
same guy that showed up drunk and then barfed on the
yeah, barfed on the Lincoln Memorial. Somebody barfed on
mhm.
it. I don't know if that was that guy, but somebody
Yeah.
barfed on the Lincoln Memorial. Somebody they started pushing each other in front of the Washington Memorial, and when they were doing the weigh-in. I mean, it was just trash, white trash. That's what that was. For we have a white trash presidency. Why not?
Yeah.
And I don't say
Pedophiles,
that about
pedophile
because they're
protectors.
well because they're poor though. It's
Hmm.
because they have no class and they're
Right.
so
They're horrible people.
they're horrible people.
Yeah.
So well, I just a spectacle. The whole world saw that. It was
Hmm.
disgusting. And also the stupid, Bud Light and crypto and all these other advertisers up there.
Oh, gross.
Oh, I know on the
God.
White House. And I remember when Obama had Common, that
Hmm.
world poetry rapper,
Hmm.
into the White House, right?
Hmm.
And they had a fit.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's so gross. How could you do that? You brought a rapper in,
Hmm.
like that was so horrible. Remember they would say that they would do those what they call them, something barbecues or rap I forget what they called
The
them, but
beer summits.
no, not the beer
No.
summit, but they would call them names like it was
Mm.
some sort of like it was gangsters because they were
Oh,
black.
yeah. Oh, right, right, right. Sorry. Yeah,
And
no, I don't
yeah,
know. I probably
anyway,
blocked it
so
out.
the whole yeah, the tan suit,
Hmm.
this wasn't presidential. Having a
Hmm.
common come in and entertain the president, that was not presidential. That was tacky or trashy or something like that. But
Hmm.
yet this, I mean, it's just disgusting. And if you ever heard Common, by the
Hmm.
way, he's so benign.
Hmm.
And
Oh, yeah.
anyway, but
Totally.
not that I have to defend him, but
No.
compared to, I mean,
No,
there's
not
just no
even
comparison.
compare. There's like, no,
It's not even.
yeah.
I know there's no
Yeah.
comparison,
Yeah.
right? Or when Jill Biden had that Nutcracker thing for Christmas. Remember the
Hmm.
tap dancers?
Hmm.
Oh my God, they had a fit about that
Yeah.
because they were black,
Yeah. Yep.
which is there's a pattern here. Okay,
That's what it is. So don't
yeah.
tell us it's the cost of shit because you don't seem to give a fuck about it now. It's
Mm-mm.
always about the racism. And as long as you're not being heard, as long as they're hurting other people, the people that you hate, because that's what it is. They hate the
That's
same
exactly what it
people.
is.
Yeah. And so, I mean, seriously, fuck all the way off, all of you. I give
Yep.
to.
Yeah.
So
We're
anyway,
done.
well, yeah, yep. So anyway, listen, this has been fun. Question mark.
Like
No.
always. I know. We'll be back tomorrow.
We'll be back tomorrow. So in the meantime, please
Smash the button.
smash the button, like our page, smash our subscribe button, and don't forget, you can ring the bell and set notifications. So every time we drop one of these, you'll get notified. So, yeah. And then head over to our Patreon page. If you can buy us a cup of coffee, great. Otherwise, we would love to have you in the community of the True Blue crew of listeners. And we really love and appreciate you guys. And have a wonderful day. And Anita, we're playing out with another Lego video.
Oh, this one's about the the Iran not deal, whatever that was, Memorandum of Understanding, and the whole crap at the White House.
Okay. The crap.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So have a great
Bye,
day.
guys.
Love
See
you.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. While the empire burns, they throwing fights on the lawn. Yeah. Bread and circuses, that's the new plan. White House, UFC, why the country in the sand? Taught like a warrior, but you hosting the fights. Gladiators on the grass while we losing our rights. Bread and circuses, that's how it ends. Fake tough guy throwing punches for the fans. Empire falling, but you throwing events. This ain't power, this is just pretense. You lost in Iran, but you throwing the show. Economy shaking, but the camera still roll. You talk like a king, but you putting on fights. Why the real problem stacking every single night? You want the people distracted, you want them entertained. So you turning the White House into a fighting ring. Roman Empire vibes, that's the energy now. Throwing bread and circuses while it's all burning down. You can smile for the cameras, you can act like you strong, but the real fight is one you've been running from. You can put on the show, you can sell the distraction, but we see through the circus and the fake satisfaction. You want us watching fights instead of watching you fail, but the empire is cracking and it's leaving the trail. Bread and circuses only work for so long before the people wake up and see what's really wrong. Bread and circuses, that's the new plan. White House, UFC, while the country in the sand. Taught like a warrior, but you hosting the fight. Sacred defense, watching while you losing your grip. Bread and circuses, yeah, that's what it is. Fake empire energy, that's all that you give.